Hello, today we'll be going through an intermediate hatha style flow. So we'll start in a seated position, Sukhasana. Go ahead and come into your meditation position. We'll start with a little Kalabati pranayama. And keep in mind, Kalabati pranayama, you want it to perform this in the morning on an empty stomach. So if you're doing this video and it's later in the day, feel free to change out the pranayama with something that's more calming and relaxing. So maybe an Ujjayi pranayama or an Adi Shodhana pranayama. So if you're with me, go ahead, come into your meditation pose, close down the eyes, and let's start to connect within. We'll start with a few detoxifying breaths. Inhale through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. Making a big audible sigh. Inhale. Big sigh out. 2 more on your own. Beautiful. And now for our Kalabati breath, our skull shining breath. This is where we have a very relaxed inhale, where we just let the belly relax, and then it's a forceful exhale, where the belly snaps back into the spine. So you can go ahead and watch me first, and keep in mind if this is something you're still working on, just perform the amount of reps that feels most comfortable for you. I will do 3 rounds of 100. So we'll go ahead and start our first round, closing down the eyes. You're welcome to place the hand on the abdomen, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin. And release all the air, empty the lungs. Hold the breath, engage the bandhas if it's in your practice. Inhale through the nose, filling the lungs with air. Hold the breath. And just holding here as long as you can. And return to normal breathing when you can't hold any longer. Just take a moment in a seated passive awareness. Starting to feel the effects of the practice on the body. Try to keep the eyes closed as much as possible, but if you start to feel lightheaded, bring them open and find one point to focus your gaze on. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin your second round. And releasing the practice, empty the lungs. Engage all 3 bandhas. Inhale, filling up the lungs with air. Holding the breath for as long as you can. Engaging the bandhas again if it's in your practice. And just releasing the breath when you need some air. Avoid any straining, any forcing. And we'll begin our 3rd and final round. And releasing all the air, empty the lungs. Engage the bandhas, Mahabandha, if it's in your practice. Inhaling through the mouth, filling up the lungs with air. Holding the breath. And releasing the breath, returning to normal breathing whenever you feel ready. Taking a few moments in a seated passive awareness to feel the effects of the practice on the body. And you're welcome to keep the eyes closed. We'll move right into our Ujjayi breath. You can hear the music that was created especially for our yoga practice. Go ahead and sync your breath with the music to bring yourself into a deeper meditative yogic state of being. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your next inhale, slowly start to bring the eyes open to a soft gaze. And then go ahead and extend your legs out long to the front. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me better. And you can move the flesh, your sit bones out of the way, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Reaching for anything that's accessible, and we'll hold and breathe. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your own.
3, 4. Inhale, returning to a tall spine. As you exhale, crossing at the ankles, and we'll roll forward into our tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders directly over the wrists and the hips directly on top of the knees. We'll move right into our cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly, point the chin to the sky for cow pose. Exhale, arch the spine, bring the chin to the chest for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And just continue moving through your cat-cow at your own pace, to your own rhythm, allowing the spine to open up. And we'll take one more. And coming back to a neutral spine. Now we'll go a little bit deeper into the wrists. Flip the fingertips to face towards you, to face your knees. And then you can just slowly, by tucking the toes, start to bring the hips closer to the heels until you feel enough sensation in the wrist and the forearms. And then we'll hold and breathe. One, 2, inhale, return to the center. And then now we'll change and we'll stretch the opposite side of the wrist. So you can just bring the top of the hand to the mat. And for this one, for less sensation, just bring the hips closer to the heels and we'll hold and breathe. And release. And you can just sit back onto the heels and shake out the wrists. Maybe swing the arms. And we'll come back to our tabletop position. Gripping all 10 finger pads into the earth. Inhale, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sending the hips up and back. And just take what you need here. If you want to be still, be still. Otherwise, you can pedal the legs from right to left. Anything that helps open up the back of the hamstring. Maybe even twisting the heels from right to left. Going a little bit deeper into the rib cage. And coming back to the center, to your still dog position, holding here. One, 2. Inhale, gaze to the hands, and just start to walk the feet toward the hands. You can bend the knees as much as you need to make this accessible. Bring the feet hip-width distance apart. Bend the knees, reach for opposite elbows, let the head hang heavy. You're welcome to be still in your ragdoll, or you can sway front to back or side to side. And then go ahead and release the grip and slowly rolling up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. You can bend the knees. Very last thing to stack is the head on top of the shoulders. Maybe roll the shoulders to the back. And little circles to the front. Now bring your fingertips to the tops of the shoulders, and we'll bring circles forward. And reverse. And now for straight arms, you can do one arm or both arms at the same time. And we'll reverse. Go ahead and come back to the center. And now we'll simply twist from side to side, letting the arms just fall and hang heavy. Back to the center. Now we'll take a little spinal wave. So I'll face the side and don't get too caught up with how you look at this. Just worry about the sensation and how it feels in the body. You can simply bend the knees as you inhale, shift the hips to the front, and just allow the spine to make an S curve and a little wave-like sensation. So just opening up the spine. Be sure that you're breathing. And we'll do one more. And coming back to the center. So now standing at attention, Samastahiti, bringing the hands to your heart. We'll move through our Sane nice and slow this first time through. Our vinyasa will be slightly different. I'll be adding in one more extra movement, so please pay close attention. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. So grounding down through your feet, engaging the thighs, lifting them off the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reaching for the left wrist, and you can bring the hands into a fist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, half moon. Just reaching for a side body stretch. Hold and breathe. One. Inhale back to the center, change out your grip. Inhale to re-engage the breath. Exhale, side body bend to the opposite direction, keeping the heart open, the hips square. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, forward fold. You can bring the hands to heart center, hinging at the hips, moving with a flat back all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulders together behind your back. Exhale, planting the palms. We'll come into our plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga, and we'll hold. Squeeze your elbows to the rib cage. One, inhale for up dog. Lift your thighs and knees off the mat. Pull the shoulders back. We'll hold this our first time through. Inhale, exhale for tiger. We'll create a diagonal line with our body. So you really want to push into the palms, puff out through the tops of the shoulders. Make sure the hips are in line with the shoulders and the ankles. So we'll add in this movement through every vinyasa. Inhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just take a few moments to stabilize the breath. Inhale, gaze and step to the top of the mat. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. So now we'll flow through that sequence. This time a little bit faster, moving one breath to one movement. Inhale, reach your arms over the head. Reaching for the wrist. Exhale, side body bend. Inhale, back to the center, changing your grip. Exhale, side body bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms. Inhale, coming into our plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze and step to the top of your mat. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time through. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, half moon to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Inhale, gaze and step or hop to the top of your mat. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Start to warm up some of our stabilizer muscles. Interlace the hands. Inhale, reach the inside of the palms up to the sky. Exhale, lifting your heels off your mat. Hold and breathe. One,
2, 3. Inhale, lower the heels. Exhale to chair pose. Bending the knees, sitting the hips back nice and low. Squeeze the thighs together. One. 2. 3. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting the palms. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and stay here. Taking a few moments to stabilize the breath, coming back to the music. Inhale, reach the right leg high, standing splits, square your hips, hold and breathe. One. 2, inhale. As you exhale, lightly step that foot through to the front. We're coming into our high lunge. Inhale, reach your fingertips over your head. Exhale, high lunge warrior. Bring your arms out to a T. Tuck the thumbs for Musti Mudra. Open the heart, hold and breathe. Try to pull the thigh up to the hip to help straighten the knee. 1. Keep the knee stacked at a 90-degree angle over the ankle. 2. Inhale, bring the hands to your heart, hover the back knee. Exhale, warrior 3, lunge forward. Bringing the torso parallel to the earth. Try to square the hips, a point or a flex in the toes. 1, maybe reaching your fingertips to the front for the fullest expression. 2, inhale, bringing the fingertips to the earth. Exhale for pyramid. So both feet on the mat, your toes facing the front on 2 separate tracks. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold the chest over the thigh. And to square the hips, think of pulling the right hip back, pushing the right hip forward. Hold and breathe. One. 2. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bending the front knee. So we'll come back to our lunge. Option to take a low lunge. Inhale, reaching the left fingertips up to the sky. As you exhale, twist, hooking the elbow. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, lifting the back knee, hold and breathe.
1, 2. Inhale, coming back to the front. And now bring your hands to the inside of the top foot. You can scoot the foot out a little bit if you need. Option 1, coming into lizard pose, just dropping the back knee. Option 2, snail pose, lifting up the back knee. Make sure the fingertips are in line with the front toes. Inhale, exhale, bringing the elbows all the way to the earth. Hold and breathe. One, 2, and gently bringing the knee all the way to the earth for a low lunge. And we'll lift up the torso. Inhale, exhale, melting the hips to the front. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, coming into a quad stretch. Try to keep the shoulders square to the front. One, 2, gently release, bringing both hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're in child's pose, come back and meet us in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reach the left leg high, standing splits, hold and breathe. One, 2, inhale, exhale, lightly stepping the foot through to the front. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head, high lunge. Exhale, bringing the arms out to a T, tucking the thumbs, opening the heart, high lunge warrior, hold and breathe. One, try to sit a little lower. Two, inhale, hands to your heart, hover your back knee. Exhale, warrior 3, slowly bringing the torso parallel to the earth, lifting the back leg. One, maybe reaching your fingertips to the front. Two, inhale, folding forward, bringing the back leg to the earth, toes facing the front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold the torso over the thigh. This time, pulling the left hip back, pushing the right hip forward, engaging the back thigh, hold and breathe. 1, 2, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bending the front knee. You can bring the back knee to the earth. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, twist and hook the elbow, hands to heart center. Revolve side lunge. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, lifting the back knee. One, 2, inhale back to the center. Bring both palms to the inside. Option 1, drop the back knee and just stay here for lizard pose. Option 2, we'll come into snail. Bring the fingertips in line with the toenails. Inhale, exhale, drop the elbows. Hold and breathe. You can always use a block if you're still working on this. One, 2. Inhale, dropping the back knee gently, coming up to a tall spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, melting the hips to the front. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, reaching for the toes, stretching that thigh, hold and breathe. One, 2, gently release. And bringing the palms to the mat. Inhale for high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees. This time bringing the big toes to touch. Spread your knees out wide. Child's pose. We'll take a short prostration here. And on your next inhale, lifting your head off your mat, walking the hands back, coming into an upright position. So now we'll move up to the upper body a bit more and working the core. So this first posture, Lolasana, you're welcome to watch me first. We'll bring the palms to the middle of the thigh. So you don't want them too far forward. It'll be too easy for you. So be sure to keep them in the middle. And as we inhale, and then exhale, push the palms into the mat and we'll lift up our knees. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe. Trying to keep as much weight as possible off of the toes. 1. 2, and gently release. You can shake it out. And now we'll come into our high plank pose. Inhale, bringing the right hand to the center. Exhale for side plank Vashisthasana. Lots of options here. Option 1. Option 2, maybe float the leg. Option 3, reaching for the big toe. Hold and breathe. One. 2, coming back to the center. Inhale, this time the left palm to the center. Exhale, side plank. And just take the option you took on the other side. Hold and breathe. One. 2. Inhale, coming back to the center. And just gently bringing the knees to the mat. And we'll do one more set of Lalasana. So bringing the palms to the middle of the thigh. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press and lift. One. 2, and gently release. And now we'll stretch it out. That's what I love about Hatha. We move between strength and stretch poses throughout the entire practice. So go ahead and bring the right arm out to a T. And then crawl, reach the fingertips in line with the ear. Bending the opposite knee, the opposite elbow. Inhale. Exhale, rolling open onto that shoulder for a nice stretch. Hold and breathe. Maybe bending both knees if you want to go deeper. Always move into the bind or a half bind. Two, and slowly rolling back onto the belly. Now we'll take that same arm and reach it across the chest under the throat. You're also welcome to extend the right leg out to the side for a little bit of a hip opener. Bringing the arm long beside you, palms face down. Hold and breathe. One. 2, and slowly release. You can press the opposite hand into the mat to create some space. And now we'll change sides. So extending the left fingertips to the side, bringing them in line with the ear, bending the opposite knee, opposite elbow. Inhale, exhale, rolling open, hold and breathe. One. 2, slowly inhaling, rolling back onto the belly. And we'll take that arm under and across the chest. You can extend that same leg out to the side, bringing the bicep under the throat, arms long beside you. Hold and breathe. One. 2. You can use the opposite hand into the mat, create some space, release, bringing both hands under the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, coming into a child's pose for a short prostration. You're welcome to take embryo pose if it feels better to have the arms long beside you. Inhale, return to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. So now we'll move on to a couple balancing postures. So coming to the center of our mat, inhale for chair pose, sitting down nice and low, squeeze the thighs together, and we're just going to come into a standing figure 4. So you can just lift up the right leg, inhale single leg mountain pose. As you exhale, cross the ankle over the thigh and start to sit back into your chair, keeping a flex in the lifted foot to help protect the knee. Hold and breathe. One, 2, inhale back to single leg mountain pose. Exhale for eagle, crossing the front leg on top, and then the right arm comes underneath, either reaching for opposite shoulders or the full bind. Hold and breathe. One, 2, squeezing everything to the center. 2, and release and unwind your arms. And now we'll change legs. Inhale, sitting nice and low for chair. Exhale, single leg mountain pose. And then crossing at the ankle, coming into your standing figure 4, sitting the hips back. One, finding your drishti, one unmoving point to focus your gaze on. 2, inhale, single leg mountain pose. Exhale for eagle. The left leg on top, and then the left arm underneath. Bringing the elbows in line with the shoulders, pressing the palms away from your face. 1, 2, and release. Now we'll come into dancer's pose. So our hips should be nice and open to help expand the back. So you can start by gripping the left toes into the mat for your base. And we'll just reach for the outside edge of the foot. Think thumb to big toe alignment. Inhale, squeeze the knees and thighs together. Exhale, kick your foot into your hand for dancer's pose. One. Two. Coming back down. And we'll change sides. Gripping the toes with the earth, creating a nice sturdy base. Thumb to your big toe. Inhale, squeeze the knees and thighs together. Exhale, dancer's pose. One. Two, and return to standing. We'll take one cleansing flow. Inhale, reaching the arms over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, dropping the knees, coming into child's pose for a short prostration. And we'll keep going a little bit deeper into the spine. Go ahead and come onto the belly. And first we'll start with Sphinx pose. Stack the elbows directly under the shoulders, making a number 11 with the forearms. And we're trying to activate the thoracic spine, the middle of the back. So create a pulling sensation with your grip on the mat. Inhale, shining your heart up to the sky. Hold and breathe. One. Two. And now bring the legs together to touch. Press the toes into the earth so the kneecaps lift off, coming into our cobra, attention mudra. Hold and breathe, tucking the chin 1 inch so the neck is in line with the spine. One. Two, come back to the breath. Two. Three. Four. Five. 6, and release, bringing the arms long beside you, one ear to the mat. And then inhale, lifting the chin, coming back to the center. This time reaching for the ankles, either the inside or the outside edge. Make sure the knees are directly under the hips. Inhale, kick and open up into bow. One. 2. 3. Gently release, bringing the opposite ear to the mat, arms long beside you. Option to bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs if that feels good. Inhale, bringing the chin back to the center, the palms under the armpits, and just push yourself up to a seated position. And we'll spin around and come into our forward fold for a nice counter stretch. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head. Exhale, second set. So go ahead and notice the difference in your body. Notice how it feels now versus at the beginning of practice. One. 2. 3. 4. Inhale, rolling back up to a tall spine. Reaching your fingertips to the front. Inhale, as you exhale, slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time. And just lying down on the mat. Inhale, squeezing the knees to the chest. You're welcome to be still, or you can rock side to side. And now start to rock and roll front to back until you gain enough momentum to send the legs over the head, and we'll come into a plow pose. You're welcome to leave the hands flat on the earth or bring them to the low back for more support. Avoid looking at the screen right now and just keep your head straight forward in alignment with the spine. If you need to look at me, come out of the pose to do so. And now we'll move into shoulder stand. So you can bring the hands, tuck the shoulders as much as possible, bring the hands to the low back, and then just one leg at a time, nice and slow. And we'll hold and breathe. One. Two. Three, and gently start to lower the hips as you come down, nice and slow. And bringing the back to the mat. And now extending the left leg long. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the right knee to the side body, to your rib cage. Holding here for a few moments of compression. Inhale, exhale, supine twist. So bringing the thigh across the body, the hips will start to stack, and then bringing your gaze in the opposite direction. Arm is out to a T, both shoulders pressed into the earth, holding here. One. Two. Three. Bringing the legs back to the center. You're welcome to squeeze the knees into the chest to reset. And now extend the opposite leg long. Hands on top of the other shin. Inhale, exhale, squeezing the knee to the side body. Hold here for a few moments. Inhale, exhale, supine twist, bringing the thigh across the body. The hips stack, and then the gaze in the opposite direction, arm out to a T, both shoulders pressed into your mat. Hold and breathe. You're welcome to close the eyes. One. Two. Three. And coming back to the center, squeezing the knees into the chest, and trying to press the tailbone and the shoulders into the mat for maximum spinal extension. Inhale, exhale for happy baby. Just reaching for the inside or outside edge of the feet. Remember, if your tailbone lifts off the mat, you can always grab behind the hamstring. You're welcome to stay here, or you can even extend the legs into a straddle if that feels better. Two. Three. Four. Releasing whichever pose you're in. squeezing the knees to your chest. Inhale, exhale, final Savasana. Relaxing the legs long, arms beside you, palms face up, closing down the eyes. Return to normal breathing. welcome to stay in Savasana for as long as you want. If you feel ready, simply start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Inhale, reach your hands over your head like you're just waking up for a big morning stretch. And then bending the knees, exhale, rolling to one side, fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow. Try to keep your eyes closed the entire time. And slowly pushing yourself up to Sukhasana, meditation position. And bringing the hands to your heart. And taking a few moments of gratitude before we close out our practice. Thinking of anything you're grateful for, big or small. Bringing your hands up to your third eye center. The light, the love, and the strength in me sees, honors, and reflects that same light, love, and strength inside you. We bow forward together to seal in our practice. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Namaste.